I think I have understood like how it works, and how to get out of it. Hello. So in this week's video I'm gonna read something that I wrote. Since my last video was so unstructured, felt like it was so unstructured, I'm gonna try to make it more structured and clear this time. So I'm gonna read from my computer. So when I first got in touch with the hospital and the psychiatric clinic, it was all very confusing. I felt like it all seemed very complicated, and the reason why I had ended up where I ended up felt very unclear. Because when I arrived to the hospital, I thought, well, this is it. Now I'm going to get help, and I'm going to come out of my suffering. So because before I got there, I was really fighting a lot to you know, to become free from the anxiety, to get well, but whatever I did, it just didn't seem to work. So I thought that when I come to the hospital, I'm gonna get the help that is necessary. I remember sitting there on the hospital bed, being very anxious, at the same time very motivated, because I was like, okay, I'm ready, you know, just tell me what I need to do, I'll do it. I stayed at the mental ward for a few weeks, and afterwards they sent me home with a bunch of pills that I could eat. I was expecting some form of plan, some form of structure that I could go through and be healed afterwards. They told me that there was no psychologist available right now, and since my case wasn't that severe, they would not prioritize me above anybody else. So basically what they asked, like, do you do any kind of, you know, like, after I got out of the mental ward and I got in touch with the anxiety clinic, they asked me, like, do you do any self-harm? I was like, no, I don't. Like, do you cut yourself? I'm like, no, I don't cut myself. And they're like, yeah, but then, you know, they won't prioritize me because my situation, even though the suicide attempt was not severe enough for them to. They gave me some group sessions, but I just didn't feel like they were helping me that much. Like, it was just like nice to come out and meet some people, but it wasn't like the solution for my mental illness. And the thing that was very confusing, like, you know, because I thought they were going to give me some form of system that will, you know, help me to come out of the, you know, the suffering, but, you know, and I thought, like, I'm doing something wrong, you know, I'm not telling them enough, I should tell them more, I should, like, you know, be some, you know, act in some sort of way that will you know, will enable them to help me. And I think this can get, like, really far. What I've seen is some people that, how do you say this, like, some people that are, you know, that are in that state, they even, like, threaten, you know, they threaten with suicide and stuff like that, and that's just because, you know, they want to get help. But the problem is that the hospital, the psychiatric clinic, they don't have that help which might be necessary for you. And yeah, and that's when it becomes very, like, confusing. Like, the person, like the people working there, they're like, you know, in their mind they're experts. They think they have it, you know, they have figured it out somehow. Like, they're like, yeah, we're mental illness experts. But when I was there, I mean, people who were there, like most people who I met there, it wasn't their first time. They had been there multiple times, over and over. Yeah, it's very sad that is the reality. So, and seeing this, it's really understandable, you know, that people go back. It's very understandable that people go back, because the solutions that are provided within the healthcare system isn't necessarily working for them long term. And this is why, one of the reasons why I'm creating this channel, because I feel like I kind of have understood, like, you know, I've, how do you say? I think I've understood like how it works, like and how to get out of it. Well, it works for me, so I mean it I don't know, like I literally sit here with the feeling that I kind of have at least some tools that help me, like like help me not to spiral down into the like depression, the anxiety, and I have kind of understood it in some. I feel like I have understood it in some way, and I want to share those tools. Like I want to like, yeah. But you know, I don't know if I'm. Yeah, there's a lot of doubt within me. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm. I kind of feel like I'm doubting myself because I feel like I might not be able to provide it in the most like loving manner, which I know is also the best. Like at least from getting it from someone else, it was always like for me that every time someone was actually caring and loving towards me, that was actually when I was mostly excited and joyful and happiest about doing those things that will bring me out of my mental illness. So yeah, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm going to post one video every Sunday from now on, and for some time. I don't know how long. At least until Christmas, like right now, and see, maybe it will help someone. Maybe it will change. I don't know. Maybe it will change your life. It will, like it works for me. So yeah. That is like this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Yeah. Okay. Continue, I'm gonna continue reading here. I wrote this here as like I literally cried quite a few times over just the thought of like, you know, yeah, now I'm gonna, yeah, like the thought that there's so many people who are like suffering without getting like proper help. It's yeah, it's hard to it's hard to see. It's really hard to see, and yeah, and it's like, you know, the thing is that I mean I was quite upset. I mean I know there's a lot of people who are quite upset with the whole system and how it works, and you know I realized after just 2 months of, you know, being in touch with the psychiatric clinic and all that it you know, this is not working. So after 3 months I wasn't getting any help, and I didn't feel like I was getting any kind of help, and so I went to like a private psychologist, and I know that, you know, a lot of people can't afford that. I did it online, and which was kind of nice because then I kind of really understood that okay, the like the people who I met at the psychiatric clinic, they didn't really care about me. You know, they were there doing their job, whatever best they could. You know, it's and I don't think they didn't, like the feeling that I got when I met like a private psychologist was that, oh, okay, this person actually cares about me getting better. That was a very nice feeling, and I understand how you can sort of get it stuck with the you know. But at the same time, you know, I don't blame them. I think how do you say? I think it's like the whole system is maybe not really very efficient as it probably could have been. I don't know, but. And I know some, depending where you live, who you meet, and all that, it might help for some people and so on. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go there if you're like, especially if you're in a very like emergency kind of state where you're like, oh, I want to kill myself, I want to kill myself, then definitely go there. Like that will be helpful, because like it was, in a sense, for me, just coming there, it was a nice feeling, just to be in a place where I could meet other people who were in that same state, because you know, everybody else who hasn't been there, they don't really understand how it is and how actually damaged I was. So I mean, definitely, if that's where you're at, definitely go there. Like it's just that there is no what I'm trying to provide here, and like what I'm trying to say. There won't necessarily be like a long-term solution which will work. It might be. I really don't know, but in my case, it wasn't, and I feel like there's so many people still stuck in that system and thinking that this will help me. Yeah. And it might be, maybe not. Yeah, and also understand that the fact that this, how it is today, the whole, you know, it's a lot better than it was like 50, 60 years ago. You know, before the systems were much more harsher and yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just saying, don't be angry at someone, at the whole thing. Yeah, I think that's it for this video. I'm not gonna say much more here. Thanks for. I hope maybe something come out of it for you. Yeah, every Sunday I'm gonna post every Sunday. That's my sort of. Okay.